namely that antidepressants often do not do what they promise and are in fact causing harm to many.
Dr. Steve Hotze is suing over Obamacare's employer mandate.
It's time for a wellness revolution. Brought to you by Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Honest discussion on maintaining health and wellness naturally to enjoy a better quality of life.
He's the doctor fighting to let you keep your doctorate.
Now, Dr. Stephen Hotze.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today at Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. I'm Stacey Banfield here with Dr. Stephen Hotze, founder of the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. And if you are interested in finding out more about becoming healthy and well naturally, then call our office at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698 to talk to one of our wellness consultants. And also to get a copy of Dr. Hotze's book. He's giving it out complimentary. Hormones, Health, and Happiness. Lays out his whole health philosophy, how you can get better naturally. Isn't that right, Dr. Hotze?
That's exactly right. I'm leading a wellness revolution. I'm looking for recruits. If we're going to change the face of medicine in the United States, it's going to take an army. It's going to take an army of people. Remember, leaders in whatever field they are always follow the masses. It's just the opposite of what you think. It's counterintuitive. Once they see that the masses, the people like you, want to take charge of their health and do a 180 and approach life and health naturally as opposed to pharmaceutically with a load of drugs that make you sicker quicker, guess what? They're going to change too because they don't want to lose the business. That's real simple. Competition will rise up, and all of a sudden all these doctors that have frowned on vitamins and minerals and a healthy eating program and natural hormones will go like, hey, I thought of this. It's a great idea. So when you're leading a revolution, the first thing you do is get derision, and you're derided by those that you're challenging. Oh, what a horrible guy he is. That Dr. Hotze, he's out there telling people they can be healthy naturally. They did the same thing to Dr. Cooper at the Cooper Clinic in the with
aerobics?
Yeah, with aerobics. He wrote the book Aerobics. Oh, my gosh. Do you know what? They filed a complaint with him with the Texas Medical Board in the early 1980s and tried to get his license removed because he had the gall to say people could get healthier if they exercised. Really? Well, guess what? They derided him. They laughed at him. They said he's a kook. You can't do that. Well, guess what? Oh, the aerobics took off. His book took off. And he was the one that started the whole wellness revolution, the fitness revolution in America. It was really Dr. Cooper up at Cooper Institute in Dallas. And it caught fire, and now you drive I used to drive through Memorial. I grew up in Houston. I drove through Memorial Park. I went to high school at St. Thomas. I drove to Memorial Park every day, from 1964 to 1968. Was there anybody out walking or running around Memorial Park? Not a soul.
That's hard to imagine now.
That's true. But Dr. Cooper was in the Air Force or either Air Force or the Army at the time, and he did studies and found out that those that were the fittest were the healthiest, they lived the longest. And so he took what he learned and he opened up a practice in Dallas and said, I'm going to encourage people in physical fitness. Oh, my gosh. He was derided. He's crazy. And then over time, what happens? Well, people slowly, you have early adapters and then late adapters. The next thing you know, oh, we knew that all along. That Dr. Cooper, he didn't start this.
There was a tipping point.
There's a tipping point, and all of a sudden, everybody knew it all along, and he gets no credit for it. They take all the credit. But he was the one that led the fitness revolution. We're doing the same thing in the wellness revolution. We're encouraging our recruits, you, to do a 180 and take charge of your health. Why do I want you to take a 180? Why should you take a 180? Let me ask you a question. Do you want to feel better? Do you feel well now? If you do, good. Would you like to feel better? Or do you feel bad now? Would you like to feel better? How do you look? When you look in a mirror, how do you look? Are you overweight? Have you lost a sparkle in your eye? Is your skin tone just off, flat? How do you look? Would you like to look younger? Who out there would not like to live longer? If you get healthy and well, guess what? You get on a path of health and wellness and take charge of your health and do a 180, guess what? You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. And you're going to live longer. That's the whole goal. If you follow the conventional route and you're overweight and 67% of you are, this is bad news. And you go, and I have people tell me, you shouldn't tell people things about themselves. They're going to feel bad. If you're overweight, you ought to feel bad about your condition. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's not good for your spouse. It's not good for your family. It's not good for your friends, your relationships. Because guess what? It leads to the rocketing problem we have in America, adult onset diabetes and hypertension, both of which will tear up your coronary arteries and lead to heart attacks, sudden cardiac death, congestive heart failure, strokes, kidney disorders leading to dialysis, Alzheimer's disease, and degenerative arthritis. Another thing that's skyrocketing are hip and knee replacements. Why? Because everybody's carrying around 50% more weight than they should be carrying around. 67% of the population is overweight. That includes the 34% of the population that's obese. We see people like that at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center that are sick and tired of being that way and they want to make a change. They're doing a 180. But let me tell you what, if you are in this situation right now, if you're overweight, you're barreling down the freeway to an overpass on the other side's a Mack truck. You know that? You know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. Whack! You're dead. Or you're crippled for life. You become a cardiac cripple or a diabetic cripple or a kidney cripple or an Alzheimer cripple or a degenerative arthritis cripple. That's what happens. So what you have to do is do a 180, and that's what the wellness revolution is about. Oh, you go to the doctors, what are they going to put you on? They're going to put you on all the oral hypoglycemic agents to try to get down your sugar, and they're going to give you insulin. Your problem is your body's resistant to insulin because you're eating wrong. You're eating all the simple carbs, full of sugar, and guess what? Your sugar levels go up, and you pump out insulin, your cells become resistant. It stores the sugar as fat. You get fatter, you get high blood pressure. Wears and tears on your heart, wears and tears on your brain, wears and tears on your kidneys, and you're just sick. So they put you on
more medication. They
got you on the oral hypoglycemic diabetic medication, the insulin. They got you on blood pressure pills that make you feel like you're dead. They give you beta blockers, which poison thyroid hormones, and thyroid hormones is what gives your body metabolism. They can't work, and you're sick. And then you get Alzheimer's. They put you on anti-inflammatory drugs, which cause more heart disease. And guess what? You get sicker and sicker, quicker and quicker because you're being poisoned. Drugs are toxins. Toxins, by definition, are poisons. Every drug you take has to be detoxified by the liver. Now, we got a great story of a young lady who made a turnaround when she was younger. And you're going to find out about her in just a minute. It's going to be a great story. And this is what can happen to you because you need to feel better, you need to look younger, you need to live longer. So take charge of your health and do a 180 today.
Yes, if you would like to do a 180, then give us a call, 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. You are listening to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. Please stay tuned.
Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution, your daily dose of radio reality.
Welcome back to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. This is Stacey Banfield here with Dr. Stephen Hotze. Thank you for staying with us. And if you are sick and tired, then do a 180 today. Give us a call at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. Dr. Hotze.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for
great.
asking.
That's great. Stacey Banfield.
That's
She's
right.
got a face for TV. The woman ought to be a broadcast, a talking head on TV. I'm serious.
One of those talking heads.
Yeah, one of the talking heads. Somebody's got to do it, and you'd be great at it. Maybe we'll turn this into a TV program.
What if we did?
What if we did? Problem is, I have a face for radio, and I don't have a face for TV.
Oh, Dr. Hotze, don't be so hard on yourself.
I don't know what's going to happen. I need a face. I've got a turkey gobbler under my neck. My eyes are bagging. My pastor, now this is how bad as you get older, your eyes begin to sag on the top. He goes, Hotze, you need to get your eyes fixed because they're hanging over. You're not gonna be able to see in 2 years. I said, you're probably right. I've thought about that for years.
Well, now that's tough love.
Well, it's true. And if I ever get around to it, I'm going to do it. I just don't want to go in and be gassed up. I want to do it by just, local. I don't know if they can do it or not. Anyway, enough about my face. That's why I'm on the radio, folks. Voice, a face for radio. There you go. Listen, I told you we have got a great guest here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center who's been a guest of ours since 2009. And it is really a remarkable story. And it's a sweet love story. A sweet love story. We have Selena Van Pruin. Selena, how are you today?
Hi, Selena.
Hi, I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Doing great.
We're terrific.
Thank you.
We're terrific. If we did any better, we'd be arrested.
That's true.
And we heard there are rumors that cops are on the way. I don't know what we're going to do. We got to get this radio programming out of here before they arrive and throw us in the Houstonian for feeling so good.
We'll hurry.
You're not supposed to feel this good at my age. That's what they say. It's just not right. You're supposed to be dragging around sick and tired. But
That's right.
that's
At your age, you should be very tired and worn down. And yes.
Well, that's what our guests tell us here that are my age. They go, yeah, I went to my doctor. He said, well, of course you feel that way. You're 66. What do you think? You're going to feel young and healthy? Come on. Get a life. You're supposed to have aches and pains and have headaches and not have any energy. Well, listen, Selena, tell us where you grew up.
Well, I am a native Houstonian.
I love that. There are very few.
Very rare these days.
Wow.
Very few of us left. That's great.
I tried to leave, but you know what? I met my husband, and I decided to stay.
And you made a wise decision.
I think I did,
I
too.
think it's the best place in the whole country, maybe the whole world to live. It's growing rapidly. It's got lots of opportunities. And basically, it's still conservative down here, and that's good. It's got strong conservative values, and that's good. Now,
Absolutely.
Now, tell us about where you went to high school.
I went to St. Pius X.
St. Pius High School. Wow.
That's right.
Of course, you know where I went, don't you?
Yeah, go Panthers. Yes.
I went to St. Thomas, and that was a
St.
rival
Thomas,
of ours
that's right.
down the street, just down Shepherd. You drove down there, and that was our rival. And we played Pius every year. St. Pius played every year. As a matter of fact, my junior year, an announcement came over the loudspeaker in the morning. They had morning prayer and an announcement from the principals. Father Wilson was on. And so he said, I don't know who's done it, but somebody stole the Panther mascot. I'm not going to put up with this. Whoever's got it's got to take back St. Pius's mascot, the Panthers. And if anybody ever catches anybody taking another school mascot, I'm going to expel them from school. Do you understand?
I wonder who that was.
And so that next night, I went out with DeWitt Dunn, and we went over to Jesuit, and we took the Crusader. And on the way back, we got to the Crusader. We got in, the gym was wide open, and we knew where the Crusader was because we'd scoped it out the night before, and it was sitting back in a closet, 7-foot-tall Crusader. So we go to open the door, but the door doesn't open. It opens on the left side, but there's a big metal piece that we couldn't get it over. So DeWitt had to go back to the filling station on the corner of Voss and 59, and to get a screwdriver to get it open. So he does, and he comes back, and he said, I gave him my senior ring in exchange for the screwdriver.
I don't think I've heard this one.
So
Okay.
anyway, we open up the door, and we haul out he and I carry the Crusader out, stick it in the back of my mother's Oldsmobile, and I'm going to go the back road. Somebody goes, no, I got to go back. I got to go back and get my senior ring. I got to have my senior ring. Oh, man, come on, do it. No, I got to. So we drive back. He goes in and he gives him the screwdriver. He gets his senior ring back. Now we're going on the feeder street at the corner of 59 at Voss, and right there to the left coming across, it's a cop. Oh, my gosh. So I take a right, and, boy, the lights go on. It's 2 a.m. He hauls our tail. He comes in, and he said, "What have you got here?" I said, "I have the Jesuit Crusaders." He said, "How did you get it?" And I thought to myself, well, honesty is the best policy. I cannot tell a lie. Well, we took it from Jesuit. You did. I'm going to throw the book at you. You're going to regret this. He was a young cop. The rest of your life. He drives us back to Jesuit. They get Father Connolly out of bed. Father Connolly comes out. He talks to him, and Connolly said, "Take him to jail." Oh, my gosh. So they drive down and take us to jail. I'm not 18, so I don't get booked, but Pearl DeWitt Dunn gets mugged. He gets mugged and fingerprinted and booked and thrown into the jailhouse. I'm sitting there in a retaining room, so I get to make a phone call. I call my dad. There's no car to pick me up. I've got my mom's car. I call my dad, and he's out on business on the West Coast. I said, "Dad," I told him what happened. So we called and got my uncle Edmund, who must have been 85 or 90, got him out of bed at 2 in the morning. He comes down to take me out. Well, of course,
Oh, no.
you know the rest of the story. They were going to throw us out of school and expel us. I got thrown. I was supposed to start the next night against Clear Creek. Clear Creek. And so they threw us out of school.
Right, because you were the
They threw me out.
quarterback, right?
Yeah, I was a quarterback, and I was going to start that
Of
game.
course you were.
And guess what? They throw me out. They say, "You're expelled." So my dad gets on his knees, bending, and they suspended us, let us come back. But that was all over the Panther. When I can remember that, it's clear. It was yesterday when the principal was yelling at everybody, saying he's going to expel us, and there I am. So anyway, that's a long story about me, but I thought it just reminded me of how crazy it was back at an all-boys high school. But I parlayed that into becoming president of the student body. So there you have it. It worked. All things.
All's well that ends well.
There you go. So you were a high school cheerleader.
Yes, I was.
And let me tell you, if you could see Selena now, she could pass for a high school cheerleader
She's beautiful.
today. I promise you.
Oh,
And
well.
you can go online. I think we did. Didn't we do a video with you?
Yes, we
We
did.
did a short snippet of it.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
right.
Go
kinda
online, go to
impromptu.
hotzehwc.com and look up Selena and hear her story. But so anyway, what happened after high school? Did you go to college? How did you end up meeting your husband and all that? How'd that happen?
Well, I had a cheerleading scholarship, and then
To
went
where?
to-
Where did you have a scholarship?
it is actually the oldest Methodist private school in East Texas, in the middle of Tyler and in the middle of Nacogdoches.
Right.
And it is called Lon Morris.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not exactly sure what's going on with them today. I think they've kind of had a little not as high as enrollment for the school, so I'm not sure where they are at that point. But I know Neil McCoy graduated from there. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Neil McCoy. Is a country western singer.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you have a few little
Well, you graduated from there.
So, yes, I sure did.
And then what'd you do?
And then basically I went to what would they call now is Texas State,
Mm-hmm.
which I actually went there. And I'm going to go ahead and, say my age because it wasn't that. It
Well,
was
you can just
Southwest
tell them.
Texas
You don't
at
have
that
to
point.
say your age, but you can say what year you graduated.
So 99, I actually left there and decided to come back to Houston, and I got ended up finding a job in San Diego, and I was packed, ready to go, and then I met my husband, and I decided to go ahead and stay here in Houston and try to find something to do here while I figure out that rest part of your life. So, and that's
What did you
that's
go
kinda,
into? What did you do in Houston?
So I'm in marketing and sales, and basically I've pretty much done all kind of things from my very first job. I have a very diverse background in management and marketing, and basically I ended up in the aesthetics industry
Right.
since 2000.
And
I
you're
believe.
perfect for that too.
Yeah, about 2004.
You have beautiful women. You notice
right,
beautiful
yeah.
women in the aesthetics industry.
It
Really?
was fun to make everyone feel and look their best. So I always have been connected with that and trying to help. That's when laser hair removal just started, and that was actually brand new. And so it was a really, really I did really well.
Well, and I can see why, because you just have a great personality. You're outgoing, warm, and friendly. We're going to come back with the rest of Selena's story and find out what happened to her as far as her health, and why in the world at a young age of about 32 coming to see us at Hotze Health Wellness Center.
And if you want to do a 180, then call us at 281-698-8698. You are listening to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. Please stay tuned.
Now back to the Wellness Revolution. Here's your host, Dr. Stephen Hotze.
Here at Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution, we are on a mission to help you achieve health and wellness naturally. And if you would like to do a 180 and become healthy and well, then call us at 281-698-8698. Again, 281-698-8698. Dr. Hotze.
We're visiting with Selena Van Pruin, and Selena is a guest of ours, been a guest since 2009 when she came in February of that year. Selena is a Houstonian. She graduated from St. Pius. She attended Lawrence Morris College and then graduated from Texas State. She was a cheerleader. And if you saw her today, you'd think she was a high school cheerleader. She's drop-dead gorgeous. She's bright, articulate, attractive, and extrovert. She's been in marketing and sales after she got out of college, got into the aesthetic industry where she sold that product as that was coming on, that service as it was coming online. By the way, we have an aesthetics department here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center where we do broadband lighting, and we have the best program and the best machine in the city. And we use Dr. Patrick Bitter, who devised broadband lighting 20 years ago, and we use his methods here. It will rejuvenate your skin and make you look younger than you look now, and 10 years from now, you'll look like you do now.
The studies are amazing.
It's amazing what it's done, and we have literally scores and scores of women and some men, too, that have done this as broadband lighting. It's wonderful here. You don't have to be a guest at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center to use our aesthetic center. I encourage you to do that. That number's 281-579-3600 is the main line to our office. Or you could call us at 281-698-8698.
That number will work, too.
281-698-8698. Anyway, Selena was in the aesthetic industry, and then she met her husband and decided not to move to San Diego. So she met her husband here, and y'all been married how long now?
We are going on 11 years in June.
I feel like y'all are just newlyweds. Janie and I are married 48.
Oh, my goodness.
You got two little ones, 2 and 5. We got 22 grandkids.
Oh, what
and
a blessing.
And they're all over the place. Every day there's grandkids running around the house, and they're all little bitty rugrats running all over the place. Yesterday I was in the bathroom. I heard this blood-curdling scream from like a child. I went, screaming. I said, oh, my gosh, what is it? Well, it's my little grandson, David Garter, and he's about 2.5 or something. And his mommy was leaving him with Janie, my wife. He was watching her leave, and he's screaming bloody murder. You know how that scream that can have that could break glass, I said, what's going on? The dog attacking him or what? He wanted to see Mama. Anyway, you got 2 kiddos.
I do.
And so what happened? What was going on? What made you end up coming to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center?
Well, I think pretty much a lot of women just don't talk about what goes on. You feel like you're alone. You feel like you are the only one on this earth that's feeling all these different emotions and changes of your body and just all these basically out of balance. You feel you just need to get it together, and you're trying. So my number one reason why I actually went to the Hotze program is basically just sleeping, and I knew that everything from sleeping reflects exactly what goes on as far as you're, just feeling fatigued. I'm not getting enough rest. You're gaining weight. I had a lot of PMS, very irregular, but that was the main concern, is I needed to get regular. My husband and I were trying to have some babies, and, obviously we were very successful because of this program. But at that time, I just felt,
you weren't the one that booked the appointment.
No, I was not. So
so what happened? This is a great story.
Very, very interesting. So I do have the best story only because, God knew that I needed my husband, and God told my husband that I needed you. So there's a very fine line on how you approach someone that is, obviously, when you hear everything on your AM radio, he heard that, and he just kind of gently told me, I think you should probably listen to this. And, you know, you never want to tell a woman directly that she's hormonal. So that's just that's not going to be fun for the guy. But I did listen, and I told him, oh my goodness, I'm like that. I am the poster child of all of that. I had insomnia. The one thing that I know bothered my husband was, you know, for trying to get pregnant and you don't want to, you know, I had it was a big drop in my libido. My libido was down, and then I started having night sweats and lots of migraines on top of that, and mood swings because I'm tired. And, you know, it's just a big snowball effect, and you don't know, you're out of control.
And you're young.
Young.
And I was. And so I started doing all the research going, I don't know why I feel like this. There's no way I'm premenopausal. Like, there's no way. But I am checking off all these things, and I'm thinking, I am. Like, this is bad. Am I even going to be able to achieve a pregnancy at all with all of these issues that I had? I needed to get my body ready to go and get healthy again. And, you know, he actually heard you on the radio. So I said, okay, fine. I will definitely listen to you during my lunch break. You know, I'm trying to be a career-driven woman and trying to do all that. And I listened, and I just said, we have to call. Like, that's the answer. Like, everything that he said, we were basically talking about me. And it's almost like you were talking about me directly, like we're having a personal conversation. Like, there's no way, like, he understands. Well, I'm like, okay. So we chatted about it, and I actually gave a first initial phone call, and we found out all the information. And then about 2 weeks later, I get during Valentine's, and so my husband hands me this Valentine's gift, and with a little card, and I'm like, a card? Like, that's all? Like, where's the blue box?
Right.
And
where's that blue box? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, something's missing here. And so I open it, and it was a little coupon that says, to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Pretty much, I was like, that is, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, no way, because I just knew that he was not only just caring for me, but I think he was caring about his own, self. But I mean, I was a hot mess, and it was just something that was tearing our relationship, and it was just going down not the way that I thought. We were only married for 2 years, and so I'm like, this is not the way to live. This is not the way I should feel or treat my husband. We're brand new, newlyweds, and I don't understand. Like, it was all confusing to me, like why I was feeling all these feelings, and he knew, and I'm like, how did you? That's just great. So
he gave you for Valentine's Day a gift to be a guest at the Hotze Health
and it's the gift that keeps on giving, and he has no idea like how much this has helped our entire family. And so being from just having absolutely no clue, like I went.
You're breaking up a little. We're breaking up just a little bit. And are you calling on a landline?
No, I'm not.
We might go to a landline. We're going to go to a quick break right now. We're going to hear the rest of Selena's story, what happened when she came in, what we did for her, and how she's doing now. So stay tuned.
Yes, and if you would like more information on becoming healthy and well naturally, then call us at 281-698-8698. You are listening to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution.
Now back to the Wellness Revolution. Here's your host, Dr. Stephen Hotze.
Welcome back to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. This is Stacey Banfield with Dr. Stephen Hotze. And if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, then know that there are natural answers to your problems. Give us a call, 281-698-8698, 281-698-8698.
What I want for you is you to feel better, to look younger, and to live longer. But you got to take charge of that. We can coach you, but guess what? You're the health athlete. There's an Olympics going on, and we want you to win a gold medal. But you've got to take charge of your health by doing a 180. Stop the direction you're going and turn around and get yourself on a health and wellness program. That's what we do here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. We're visiting with Selena Van Pruin, who had a host of health problems that were really causing her to feel terrible and not boast and really maybe undermining her relationship with her spouse. Been married for 2 years. They wanted to get pregnant, unable to get pregnant, fatigued, couldn't think clearly, didn't sleep well, had irregular menstrual cycles, was having night sweats, felt like she was going through early menopause. She just felt terrible, and her husband was kind enough, after he listened to the program, to give her a gift certificate to come to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. And she had listened to the program, and she was so pleased that he did. She came in. So, Selena, you came in to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. When you walked through the door, what did you notice? What was it like when you came in? How did the people here make you feel?
Yes, I think this gift was definitely for both of my husband and I, because I was just a hot mess. And I mean, I literally can feel the difference from just going in your normal doctor's office and they're pushing you out in 15 minutes. And, so that's the best thing is, you're actually waiting for someone to take you back. And it was everything from start to finish. My first experience from the initial phone call, and you are on the phone, you set an appointment, and, the whole entire system is just perfect. And I feel like I don't know if you can even make it more perfect for everybody to feel welcomed and to hear exactly what you are going through and not being looked at like you're a crazy woman. So
Which oftentimes physicians make you feel that way, ladies. When you complain of these various problems, they go cross-eyed, and the next thing you know, they put you on an antidepressant, which makes you feel like you're going, which basically they're saying we think you're crazy. You got to be on a psychotropic drug. So, when you came in, your first phone call for the new guest consultant, that's about a 30 or 45-minute phone call in itself. You can't just call up and get an appointment. We need to make sure you're a good match for our program. And that's what we did with Selena. And, of course, all the things she was going through are things that we have recommendations and treatment programs and protocols for her to be on. So I was looking through your record. I noticed, and you saw here Dr.
Ellsworth.
Dr. Ellsworth.
Yes.
Did he listen to you?
So I was kind of on edge. I didn't know how or if I was going to be looked at and just shoved away. And, I mean, it was like night and day. So Dr. Ellsworth was amazing. He made me feel like I had all the time in the world to tell him about everything and anything that I felt was bothering me. And he has an amazing just demeanor, and he actually listened to me. He didn't make me feel like I was speaking another language. He educated me with diagrams and trying to show me how the production of your entire hormone panel, which is, your TSH and free T4 and free T3, and how that all combines and why we feel this way. And he was so specific, and I love that. I love the fact that he took the time out to show me why and what is going on with my hormones and how we can actually have a solution for these hormones. So it was step by step. You had phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3 and everything. It didn't seem so bombarding to go in and have these feelings and know that you need help, and to have that, to take that extra step, to take time to not only just here's the plan, but every plan is so customized, so individually addressed according to my symptoms. So there were a ton of things, and I did pretty much everything because I just felt like if I have to turn over a stone and then I didn't feel well, and I have to turn over another stone and I didn't feel well after that, well, why not just do everything? Just do the entire program. Let's just get well, because, I was 32 at the time, and God only gives you what you're ready for, and I totally understand that, but I knew I was not well, and you don't know how bad you feel until you actually feel better. So you look back, and I just said to myself, oh my gosh, I really was not well. And it's not like you're sick or it's not anything like that. It's just you don't feel good. And I can't explain that in another way until you actually just feel better. So, I mean, from start to finish, everything flowed. I did the allergy testing. I did the allergy clearing. I mean, I have no allergies anymore. I basically
did you used to have
did the
sinus
hormones. I mean,
did you used to have sinus problems?
Oh, like it was like clockwork every season. So this season would be like the season where everybody's getting, sick or nasally or, things like that. And I'm fine. Like my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, you're clear." And it took a while, but that actually helped. But I think the magic pill for me was the progesterone. That was just like, I love progesterone. I think it's amazing. It does amazing to our bodies. And but I actually found out from after learning about everything, all my symptoms, that I was actually I had hypothyroidism. So
low thyroid
never
tendency, right. So
yeah.
we put you on thyroid, they put you on progesterone, put you on some cortisol to support your adrenal gland because you had adrenal fatigue. It was really, we put you on a 5-step program. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
You're on 180 included this. Here's what the treatment regimen was. 1, we balanced out your hormones: thyroid, progesterone, and cortisol. Did your menstrual cycles become regular?
Oh, it was. I had absolutely zero symptoms, from breast tenderness to cramping to bloating to, I mean, it was like everything just went away. I was not moody.
And then we put you on a good eating program, a paleo or yeast-free eating program, because you're taking antibiotics. When the yeast-free eating program is also a paleo eating program, where we have plenty of vegetables, we eat meats, have good fats and oils in our system, but we eliminate the sugar and the simple carbohydrates because they cause all kinds of problems. And, of course, they're going to cause you to gain weight, and especially when you're low thyroid, your metabolism is down. And then we also put you on a vitamin and mineral regimen, and so you got on that. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst you felt, 10 being the best you could ever feel, what level would you say you're at now? And now we're 7 years later. What would your level be?
Well, I always, like I tell my husband, I'm always a work in progress. There's always fine tuning and tweaking as we go, and it's very important to maintain everything and keep it up to that level. So at that point, when I walked in your office the very first day, I mean, you took a picture of me, and I can't believe the picture that I looked so tired, so worn. I actually looked probably 10 years older than what I probably was.
Now you got about 30 seconds, so we're going to wrap up. So how do you feel now?
So I feel absolutely amazing. I have a ton of energy. And, beauty comes from the outside, inside from the outside. And, I mean, my waistline is small. I actually got a lot of compliments on my 20-year reunion saying, wow, you look even better now than you did before.
That's great.
And
so
it's
listen,
just amazing.
This is a great story, Selena. Thank you. If you want to get on a track of health and wellness, give us a call at 281-698-8698. Ask for my book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness, 281-698-8698.
That's right. Do a 180 with us. Thank you so much for joining us today at Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. Have a terrific day, everybody.
Information provided on this radio program is neither intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice and is not intended to replace the services of a physician, nor does it constitute a doctor-patient relationship. You should not use information from this radio program to diagnose or treat a health problem or disease without consulting with a qualified healthcare provider. If you have or suspect you have an urgent medical problem, promptly contact a professional healthcare provider or call 911. Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution radio program advises you to always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health provider prior to starting any new treatment or with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Any application of the recommendations from this radio program is at the listener's discretion.